The fine-tuning of the universe points to God. About 30 to 50 physical parameters of the universe have values that are specified to very tight ranges. If those parameters had values outside these very tight ranges, life would not be possible anywhere in the universe. This is consistent with purposeful fine-tuning of the values of the physical parameters to enable complex life to exist in the universe. The probability of the very tight fine-tuning of these 30 to 50 parameters occurring by random chance is empirically zero, that is, below the material and time resource limits of the entire 14-billion-year-old universe. So, the rational conclusion is that the parameters were fine-tuned by a supernatural intelligent designer of the universe, i.e., God. Details. The fine-tuning of the universe refers to the fact that certain physical constants and parameters must fall within a very narrow range to allow for the existence of complex life. Here's a list of some of these fine-tuned physical parameters. Gravitational constant, G, determines the strength of gravity. If it were slightly stronger or weaker, stars, planets, and galaxies would not form, or they would collapse too quickly. 2. Electromagnetic force constant governs the strength of the electromagnetic force. If it were stronger, chemical bonds would be difficult to form. If weaker, molecules necessary for life would not form. 3. Strong nuclear force constant holds protons and neutrons together in an atom's nucleus. If it were slightly weaker, multi-proton nuclei wouldn't hold together, meaning no atoms other than hydrogen would exist. 4. Weak nuclear force constant governs the rate of radioactive decay. If it were stronger, nuclear fusion in stars would be inhibited, preventing the formation of elements necessary for life. 5. Ratio of electromagnetic force to gravitational force. If the electromagnetic force were slightly stronger relative to gravity, stars would be more massive and burn out quickly. If weaker, stars would not form or would be too cool to support life. 6. Cosmological constant, Lul, governs the rate of expansion of the universe. If it were larger, the universe would expand too quickly for galaxies to form. If smaller, the universe would collapse before life could emerge. 7. Ratio of protons to electrons. The number of protons must almost exactly equal the number of electrons for the universe to be electrically neutral. Even slight imbalances would cause electromagnetic forces to dominate gravity, disrupting galaxy formation. 8. Ratio of electron to proton mass affects the chemistry of atoms. If it were different, molecular bonding and chemical reactions necessary for life would not occur. 9. Initial entropy of the universe. A low entropy state at the beginning of the universe allows for the formation of galaxies and stars, which is necessary for life. Higher entropy would have resulted in a lifeless, uniform universe. 10. Initial conditions of the Big Bang. The precise distribution of matter and energy during the Big Bang determined the large-scale structure of the universe. Any variation could prevent the formation of galaxies. 11. Ratio of dark matter to baryonic matter. Dark matter affects the formation and structure of galaxies. An imbalance would disrupt the process of galaxy formation, making life impossible. 12. Neutron-proton mass difference. If neutrons were slightly lighter, free neutrons would not decay, leading to a universe with too much hydrogen and too few heavier elements necessary for life. 13. Rate of expansion of the universe. If the expansion rate were too fast, matter would not clump together to form stars and galaxies. If too slow, the universe would collapse back on itself before stars could form. 14. Stellar initial mass function determines the distribution of star masses in the universe. If more stars were massive, supernovae would be more common, potentially sterilizing the universe. If fewer heavy elements would be produced. 15. Temperature of the cosmic microwave background radiation affects the formation of the first stars and galaxies. Too hot or too cold, and the timeline for life-supporting star systems would be disrupted. 16. Strength of the weak nuclear force influences the rate of hydrogen fusion in stars. A stronger force would result in too much hydrogen being converted into helium, making life-supporting stars short-lived. 17. Neutrino mass affects the formation of structures in the early universe. If neutrinos were heavier, they would prevent galaxies from forming. 18. Baryon to photon ratio determines the density of matter in the universe. If this ratio were different, the density of the universe would either prevent stars from forming or cause them to form too quickly and end their life cycles too soon. 19. Fine structure constant. A governs the strength of the electromagnetic interaction. If it were slightly different, stars would not burn hydrogen, or atomic spectra would be different, disrupting the chemistry needed for life. 20. Density of the universe. If the density of the universe were slightly higher or lower, it would affect the formation and lifespan of stars and galaxies, impacting the availability of environments that could support life. These parameters and constants are just a few examples of the fine-tuning observed in the universe, which point to the necessity of specific conditions to allow for the possibility of complex life. Conclusion 1. The fine-tuning of the universe points to God. 2. About 30 to 50 physical parameters of the universe have values that are specified to very tight ranges. If those parameters had values outside these very tight ranges, life would not be possible anywhere in the universe. 3. This is consistent with purposeful fine-tuning of the values of the physical parameters to enable complex life to exist in the universe. 4. The probability of the very tight fine-tuning of these 30 to 50 parameters by random chance is empirically zero, i.e., below the material and time resource limits of the entire 14 billion-year-old universe. 5. So, the only rational conclusion is that the parameters were fine-tuned by a supernatural, intelligent designer of the universe, i.e., God. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And comment below if you agree or would like to add your thoughts.